You know that feeling when you're trying to recall something specific, maybe a chapter or some key detail from the Bible, and your mind just goes blank.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially when it's numbers, right? Like Genesis chapter 20, something. It's just hard. Who really remembers thousands of abstract numbers easily?
Well, almost nobody. Naturally, it's a universal challenge, isn't it? Numbers, they're just inherently abstract. Our brains aren't really wired for, long strings of digits without some kind of hook.
A hook, right.
Exactly. And that's precisely why systems like the Joy Bible number system are so, ingenious, really. They offer a way to transform that abstract data into something our brains do remember well. Pictures, stories.
Okay, so when you say transform, how does that actually work? Is it literally turning numbers into pictures? Like, what's the trick behind it that makes it joyful?
It's absolutely about transformation, yeah. And it taps into this, it's a known cognitive thing, the picture superiority effect. Basically, our brains handle visuals much better, much more efficiently, and remember them longer than just, say, raw data or numbers.
Okay, that makes sense. Visuals stick.
Right. And the Joy system is clever because the images aren't just random. They're connected, sometimes logically, sometimes even humorously, inside a whole mental landscape. So instead of fighting with hundreds of chapters, thousands of verses as just numbers, you're building this rich visual library in your head, much easier to walk around in.
That totally makes sense. Engaging more senses, creating a bit of a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely helps things stick. And today we're doing a deep dive into one specific part of this, lesson 5, numbers 20 through 29. And what's really neat, I think, is the central theme for these numbers. It creates a very specific place in your mind, doesn't it?
It really does. For this whole section, numbers 20 to 29, you need to imagine yourself out on a ranch.
A ranch, okay.
Yep, the RNCH. That's the anchor, the mental landscape for this set of numbers. It helps keep everything organized.
All right, so let's unpack the core idea here. The Joy number system uses basic numbers, objects usually, and alt numbers, which are places. How did the earlier lessons, like 1 to 19, kind of set the stage for this ranch theme?
That's a great question. It builds up, you see. So the early lessons establish the real basics. Numbers 1 to 9, the basic ones, get linked to simple shapes or maybe animals, like chalk for 1, because it's line, duck for 2 from its shape,
right?
Rabbit for 3, things like that. Then the alt numbers, the places, give context. Maybe an oak tree for 1, a pond for 2. Each pair is an anchor.
Okay.
Then you get themes. Like for the teens, 10 through 19, the alt numbers are all places within a house that groups them together.
Ah, so it layers it. That sounds really effective. Which brings us neatly to lesson 5, the RNCH. So for 20 through 29, the whole setting is this ranch.
Exactly.
And I guess each number gets its own little spot on the ranch.
Precisely. Within the big RNCH theme, each number, 20 to 29, has an alt number, which is a specific place on the ranch.
Okay.
And that place is paired with a basic number, an object or an animal you'd likely find right there. It creates this really strong, vivid visual link, something concrete for your brain to grab onto instead of just 20, 21, 22.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's settle up, metaphorically speaking. Number 20.
All right, number 20. Imagine the entrance to the ranch. There's a big, sturdy gate.
Okay, the gate.
And right there, maybe chewing on some grass, maybe leaning against the gate, is a goat.
Gate, goat. Okay, 20 is gate, goat. I can see that. What about 21?
Okay, walk through the gate. You're now in a wide open field on the ranch.
A field.
And what's growing in the field? A bright orange carrot.
Field, carrot. Okay, 21, placing it right there in the setting. Makes sense.
Exactly. Now, for 22, where would you expect to find the bigger animals?
The stable.
You got it. Inside the stable, there's a magnificent horse.
Stable horse. Classic ranch stuff. Easy. Okay, 23.
Nearby, maybe a smaller building for, the smaller birds. The hen house.
Hen house. So a chicken.
Perfect. Hen house and chicken. Another natural fit for the ranch thing.
Okay, 24. We've done the field, stable, hen house, maybe the main building now.
The barn.
Exactly, the big barn. And inside, maybe it's a bit dusty, sitting on a shelf. You hear some music. It's coming from a radio.
Barn. Radio. Okay, that's a little unexpected. A radio in a barn.
And that little bit of surprise, that actually helps make it stick. Barn radio for 24.
Huh. Okay, barn radio. I guess that novelty does make it more memorable than just, I don't know, hey.
Precisely. The brain flags things that are a bit unusual, creates a stronger memory trace. Okay, 25. Let's head out to the wider spaces again. A big grassy meadow.
Meadow. Nice. What's out there?
Picture a powerful buffalo grazing, just peacefully out there in the meadow.
Meadow buffalo.
Yeah.
Okay, serene. And 26, after the meadow,
Mm.
maybe something to eat.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
We're heading into the orchard.
An orchard, so an apple. You got it. Hanging right there on the tree. A crisp apple. Orchard apple for 26. Simple, clear.
Nice. Okay, 27. Where are we now?
We're going a bit deeper into the ranch now.
Yeah.
There's a small rustic cabin.
A cabin. Cozy. And inside...
Inside, maybe it's getting dark. There's a single, simple light bulb switched on.
Cabin. Light bulb. Okay, yeah, I know. Got it. 27. Now 28. I think I remember this one being kind of funny.
Oh, yes, 28. For getting around the ranch, maybe moving supplies, there's an old wagon.
Okay, a wagon. Seems normal.
Like someone's left something weird inside it. A pair of rollerblades?
Wagon. Rollerblades. Yeah, that's the one. That's definitely memorable. Is that intentional, the humor?
Absolutely. That contrast, that juxtaposition, wagon and rollerblades, it's designed to be sticky. Humor, novelty,
Yeah.
they really boost memory.
Okay, wagon rollerblades for 28. Love it. So last one, 29.
Finishing up, we need water on the ranch, right? So there's the old well.
A well.
And hanging there, ready to be used, is a bucket.
Well, bucket. Okay, another classic. 29. That rounds out the 20s on the ranch.
That's the set. Gate, field, stable, henhouse, barn, meadow, orchard, cabin, wagon, well, all on the ranch.
So, okay, we've learned the pairs. Gate goat, field carrot, all the way to well bucket. But the big question is, how does knowing wagon rollerblade actually help you remember?
Right.
What was the example? Genesis 28, Jacob's dream.
Right, the practical application. This is where it gets really useful. You take that image pair for 28, the wagon and the rollerblade, and you actively, consciously weave it in to the story of Genesis 28.
How? Like, you just picture them next to Jacob.
More integrated than that. You make a scene. Maybe Jacob's ladder isn't just standing on the ground. Maybe it's stretching up from the back of that old wagon.
Oh, okay.
The more unique, the more dynamic, even the slightly stranger the image, the better it stands out from all your other memories. Makes it much easier to pull up later when you need it.
Wow. Okay, so we've had a really fun ride through lesson 5 of the join number system, anchoring 20 to 29 in this whole ranch landscape, and seeing how turning those abstract numbers into concrete images, gate goat, barn radio, wagon rollerblade, can seriously boost your recall, especially for dense stuff like Bible chapters.
Yeah, this deep dive really shows, I think, that learning doesn't have to be this painful struggle with just raw facts.
Right.
If you understand a bit about how your brain likes to learn using images, using stories, making connections, then systems like this one offer a genuine shortcut. It's about making learning, well, more joyful, more effective.
Yeah.
Associating the abstract with the concrete, sometimes even the whimsical.
Yeah.
It just works.
It's powerful stuff. And you can see how the principle applies way beyond just Bible verses, obviously, which kind of leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. If a system can help you remember hundreds of Bible chapters, thousands of verses, just by turning numbers into a ranch full of goats and wagons and rollerblades, what other abstract information in your life could you transform and conquer? What could you master just by assigning it a vivid, personal, maybe even slightly funny image? Something to think about.